We are now ready to light our torch. There are different methods of lighting the torch or different types of flint guns. This gun here will work crossways, sideways, both directions, where this one here, we hold this one in our hand, our palm up, thumb across the top, a downward pressure and push across. It's not easy using them, so I suggest you have a little bit of a practice before you start trying to light the torch. Make sure you have the correct technique. The technique, what I do when I'm lighting the torch, I hold the torch upright. Okay, we don't want it down to the sides because we're going to have a flame coming out 300-400 millimetres long. Okay, it becomes a fire hazard. Hold it upright. The first tap we turn on is the acetylene. That is the flammable material, so that is the first tap we turn on. You must remember when we turn this tap on, we only crack the tap open. What I mean, there is little raised sections on the tap themselves. We open it no further than the width of one of those raised sections. No further than the width of one of those raised sections. That is cracking the tap. Before we light the torch, just make sure you've got everything organised. Make sure you've got no flammable material around. Make sure your filler rod is prepared. By that I mean the end of it. I want you to bend the end over so it doesn't become a projectile. If I'm brazing, okay, without that bent over, someone could walk behind me and it could poke them in the eye, causing a serious accident. Make sure you have the correct filler rod and also the correct type of flux for the job at hand. This is critical because there are different fluxes and there are different combinations of materials in the filler rod to suit different processes. So it's critical that you do your research to find out the correct flux, the correct filler rod for the task at hand. Now I only use one glove when I'm doing this, okay, because one hand is well out the way. This hand here with the glove on is the one that will be holding the filler rod, so I will be getting quite close to the flame. And I'll use this hand to turn the turntable while I'm heating the object. Okay, these turntables do get quite warm by the end of the day. After 3 or 4 students have used it, we do get a transfer of heat from our job down the turntable. So always be careful when you come around here, or when you finish, make sure you do your hot box system. That if it's hot, how do we check for heat? With the back of our hand. So make sure you write hot on the surface before you leave it. Communication, make sure you let other people around the area know that it is hot. Now we use a turntable, the reason being so we can get even heat all around our job. Okay, what we're looking for is a cherry red heat. It has to be constant. The bar and the tube both have to be at the same temperature, so it's important we get an even cherry red colour all the way around our job that we're going to braze. We're now just about ready to light our torch, but before we light our torch we must have the correct safety glasses on, the brazing goggles. Now they come in an either number 6 or a number 5 shade lens. Okay, we can also use these. These are designed to go over bifocals, which I use. I'll slip over them like so. But it's important that you use the correct number filter, either a 5 or a 6 for when you're doing brazing. We are now ready to light our torch. To do that, we crack the acetylene tap on. The distance we crack that on is gauged by those raised sections on the tap handle itself. No more than the width of one of those raised sections. Hold the torch upright, gently to one side, flint gun. We now have a flame. We adjust our acetylene until there is a straight section of flame approximately 40 mil long. That straight section of flame approximately 40 mil long. Can you all see that? Then very gently we adjust our oxygen. Now I can't emphasise enough that you have to be gentle turning these tap handles. What you'll see now, we'll have 2 flames. We'll have an inner flame and an outer flame. An inner flame, an outer flame. That type of flame is called a carburizing flame. Now we adjust the oxygen until the two flames touch. That is a neutral flame. Now you can remember what flame we have to have when we're doing brazing. It is an oxidizing flame. Now all that means is we add a little bit more oxygen until we get that fluttering noise.